Hello and welcome back to the Gaming 5.
Why do you keep buying DLC, Jason? That stuff is horrible for the industry.
Well, as a person who has undergone a fair amount of business work over the years, it's either support your favorite games and their DLC, or watch game prices skyrocket. You may not realize it now, but DLC is what's keeping game prices down amongst the ever-growing budgets and development costs to make these great games you want so badly. Think about it. If you're like me, Rise of the Tomb Raider ended up being a surprisingly polished and worthy adventure of every minute you've put into it. Fortunately, the game has crossed the million mark in sales, but that still seems underwhelming with how much work was obviously put into this game. If you're like me, you bought the Season Pass because not only are you supporting this excellent game, but you also want more time with Lara. Well, Baba Yaga, the Temple of the Witch, is a reason to jump back into the open linear world hybrid to get more Lara booty. It offers its own mission and storyline that is completely separate from the main campaign. Unfortunately, therein lies a small problem immediately. While I like a side story, I actually miss some of the characters that I so happily worked with and dealt with in the main campaign, which was part of the main game's charm. You meet Nadia, a somewhat ho-hum character, and set out to help her find her grandpa. Sadly, neither of them are developed into characters you care about. What this is only partially offset by is the witch herself. I don't want to spoil it, but you'll want to run around and gather some collectibles because it's her story that makes this DLC just a bit more likable. Speaking of which, this side story actually has its whole own area, complete with platforming, puzzles, a challenge, and its own collectibles. All said and done, this side content lasted me about 2 hours, and I would bet it would hit the 3-hour mark if I decided to 100% it. If it makes you feel any better though, my Lara is armed to the teeth, so battle encounters pose little threat. Since this DLC is a side story with no connection to the main game, it doesn't incur any changes that I know of. It does, however, leave you with a couple new bits, a new bow and a new outfit. While the outfit is nothing special, the bow does actually have a DLC-specific attribute. It changes poison arrows into hallucinogenic arrows, causing your enemies to go into confusion and attack one another. If you have not completed the main campaign, that could be quite useful.
Lost her.
For $10, only getting a couple hours out of it may turn some people off. Furthermore, no connection to characters I care about and a lack of development of its own characters is a miss. On the flip side, the witch's story is one of human volition, even though you need to gather collectibles to really get the full brunt and humanity of it. And yet, the good news is that this DLC adds more of what you love about Lara's latest adventure. It serves as a reason to go back into Russia with Lara's bold ambitions and fearless exploration in pursuit of her father's legacy, and leaves you with a nice bow to have a little fun with. If you love this game, then I see no reason you shouldn't purchase this nice tidbit that throws some puzzles at you, more platforming, and more importantly, more of that jiggling Lara booty while taking on easily the game's best boss fight. I give the Baba Yaga Temple of the Witch DLC an 8 out of 10. That's it for today. Subscribe for more gaming content delivered directly to your retinas. I'll see you next time on the Gaming 5.